Hello and welcome. Today we're going to talk about a thing that like a bunch of you asked me like why am I not doing that, but like I thought that maybe I should address this and maybe this should be the video where I do it. So let's roll the intro and let's talk about it.
Hello, my name is Grumpy.
Alright, so first off, let's talk about the channel. The channel has grown. It's been like amazing. Like every week is amazing, and I think I have like 364 subscribers per month. Like it's just growing like that, and it's just crazy. So I'm gonna show you the live count right now, and that is it. And like, thank you guys for subscribing, and thank you guys to for trusting me that much. You don't really need to see this anymore. For trusting me that much, so like you would subscribe and you would like come back and watch the videos. Like each video that I post like has more and more views. I know that there's a bunch of like returning people that are watching the channel that are not really subscribed. I mean, it's a shame, but I'm not gonna like push you into subscribing. You do you, like if you want to subscribe, okay. If you don't, I don't care. I mean, I do care because like you get more like revenue and reach and all that, but yeah, whatever. Speaking of the revenue is shit on YouTube, as I said the last week, in the last week's Rehab Facility. Therefore, thank you to my patrons for supporting the channel, because without you guys, I don't know like what would I do, because like YouTube, even though the revenue is shit, YouTube is not sending us money, well at least to me in Serbia. So yeah, like thank you. And if you want to support the channel, there's gonna be a link down in the info section of the video where you can click on it and just go to the Patreon, to my Patreon, and support the channel and support me buying those, like, where are they, like here, lights and stuff and all the nice stuff that's like nice for your eye. Or maybe some chips that I'm gonna give away at some point, or maybe just like having a staple job, which me as a musician, yeah, I'm not really used to that. So anyway, I digress. Let's talk about Star Citizen and the future of Star Citizen, and the topic that a bunch of you have asked me, like why am I not doing like ship reviews whenever they announce a new ship? Because yeah, I'm not doing that. And I'm probably like the only YouTuber that doesn't do that. So here's my reasoning and here's my logic. So one of the reasons, and my main reason, is that I really don't want to push people into like buying ships in Star Citizen or buying anything. So if you watched, and I guess a bunch of you watched my should you buy Star Citizen in 2022, or the previous one, which is called just like should you buy Star Citizen, I never said yeah you should buy it. I never said no you shouldn't buy it. I just, here's the pros, here's the cons, and you decide. And that's how I like that's how I think. And like I would never, if a friend asked me like what should I do about my dog or girlfriend or whatever, I'm not saying that that's the same thing, of course, but yeah, like I would like tell him, okay, here are the pluses, here are the minuses, and you decide. And this is just landed. I don't like this. So yeah, like I would never do that. And I know that a bunch of YouTubers do that, and they just like give you the pluses and the minuses. But see, like there's one thing, whenever you see a bunch of pluses and a small amount of minuses, because you don't know what's it gonna be in the end, you will like get well, some people will get like a fear of missing out. And with that fear of missing out, I'm scared that like some people are going to be really disappointed at some point when they realize that the ship is not there after a year or 2 years or 3 years or 5 or 10 or 11 years, because like it's possible. Or they will be really disappointed when they see that like the ship that they got is actually trash, and I told them that it's not trash, or that it's missing its main mechanic. So let's talk about my second reason why I don't do it, and this is like basically a bunch of ships are missing their main mechanics or like gameplay loops that those ships should do, or like you bought the ship, like you bought the Carrack so you can explore, but there is no exploration. You bought the MSR or the Herald so you can do data running, but that's not in the game. You bought the Reclaimer in 2016 and you still don't have salvage for the Reclaimer. And now there's another ship coming out that's probably gonna have salvage done for it, but the Reclaimer, your ship that you bought for like $600 or whatever, still doesn't have salvage. So see, like that's the reason, like most of the ships that are done like Caterpillar, all of those pods or all of those little cargo holds should be swappable, and you should be able to like swap out and just like, it should be modular, and you should be able to swap out those cargo holds and just like use like a pod or whatever for I don't know, exploration, for refining or whatever. That's the same thing with the Carrack. The only working thing on the Carrack is like the ship itself, the guns, and the med bay. And that's gonna change at some point, and you're gonna lose the respawn point in the med bay. So if you bought it for that, like, tough luck. Unless CAG sees my video or my post that I made on Spectrum, and like where I told them that that's straight up bullshit and it shouldn't be like that. But like, see, the same Carrack has drones, and those drones are not in the game yet. Well, it should have drones, but they're not working. It also has like cargo hold, which is also like modular, and you should be able to like, I don't know, make a refinery in one of the cargo holds, etc., etc. But that's not in the game still, and most of the things like things around the Carrack are not in the game still. And that's not changing for a while now. I think the Carrack got released in 2016. The Reclaimer got released in 2016 with a promise that in the next patch we will be able to salvage with the Reclaimer, and that never happened. And people that bought it were probably pissed off, and rightfully so, because they got lied to. But I'm not gonna sugarcoat it, but also I'm not gonna tag CAG on this, because like, oh, Grumpy is so negative and each video is the same, he's just being negative. No, I'm not. Like, I give them flowers whenever they like do something good, but they mostly do a bunch of bad shit. You saw my 370 PTU reports, and like, what did you get in the end? And like, do you like it? Well, somebody that's a white knight will say this is the best patch ever, but it's not. It's basically like one of the worst patches that we got in a while. And yeah, I've been here for more than a year, and I can say that this is one of the worst patches in that last year. I don't know what we had prior to that. I've heard that they were terrible, but like, they're just adding and adding more and more tier 0 implementations with like promises that they will like update them and do something better with them in the future, but we never know when that future is gonna come. Go to a bunker mission, go loot the bunkers, and then go sell all that stuff. Like, you will see how long it will take, and like, you're gonna get a carpal tunnel inflammation just because of the fucking dragon mechanics because like, there's no select all, there's no transfer all, there's no select multiple, there's no stacking, and then you gotta sell everything and click on quick sell, and then okay, and quick sell, and then okay, etc., etc., etc. It's so fucking tedious and it's terrible. But I digress again. But to be honest, like, everything here is connected. Like, it's still the same company, and it's still like the same politics behind making ships or making a new gameplay loops or gameplay mechanics, and they just like leaving them broken for years and years to come. And that's one of the reasons, but the third and the main reason is that you never know when that ship is gonna be released. So you have a Javelin that was announced in 2012, and we still don't have the Javelin. Yeah, we could have like during, what was it? Was it Invictus or no? It was Aero Expo, whatever. The show that we had, we could have like walked around it and like just took a stroll there, and yeah, it's amazing. It's the interior and like. What now? So here's my main gripe with this. People that pledged for a Javelin in 2012, some of them, because it was like 10 years, it's almost 10 years now, some of them have died without getting the fucking Javelin. And they have pledged for 1,000 or like 1,500 or however much it costed back in the day. But like, they still didn't get it. Now you have the Reclaimer that doesn't have its game loop. It's a useless piece of shit. You have an A90 Jump, which like, what is it good for? It should be good for taxiing, but we are maybe gonna get taxiing this year, maybe. We really don't know. You have Kraken. Announced, I don't know when, but like still in production, and not like we don't even know if they're working on it. You have an Odyssey, you have a Perseus, you have a Nautilus, you have an Orion, Genesis, I'm reading off the screen, Liberator, Endeavor, Apollo, Pegasus, Pioneer, Santo Kai, or what, however you pronounce that, the Merchantman, and Polaris, etc., etc., etc. And like, we only know that like the Merchantman is currently in production. But when they finish the production, it doesn't really like matter, because like maybe they're not gonna release it. Like, I was thinking about buying the Odyssey for myself, and here's the reason why. I'm a YouTuber and I need to report on stuff for you guys, for the revenue, or however you want to call it, but for you guys, so you guys know what's happening. I don't consider myself a YouTuber, but that's what I am at this point. Like, I'm just a YouTuber, and I need to have the ships that are getting released, or I need to have a friend that's gonna lend those to me. And I was thinking about getting the Carrack, and then I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get the Odyssey at some point when I have enough money from the Patreon money, whatever. Because like, it's a really small CCU from one of the referral ships that I got, and when is it gonna come out? I don't know. The Carrack is a loaner, so that's good because it has a med bed. But like, when is the Odyssey gonna be finished? We really don't know. Like, if you look at the progress tracker, and you're gonna see it in a second, the Misk Odyssey should be finished in May of 2022. But how? It was just announced like just a few months ago, April. Was it April? No, I think it was way after that, but it doesn't really matter. So it's supposed to be finished somewhere around here. But does that mean that it's gonna be released? We don't know. We just don't know. And like, maybe they're gonna release it now for the Invictus, but maybe they're not. Like, Javelin is maybe finished. Idris is like... apparently it's finished, but they're gonna, like they've said, they're gonna release it once they release, or on the same day when they release Squadron 42. But we don't know when they're gonna release Squadron 42. So like, what's the point? We already have the Idris mission like in the PU, and we can like kill an NPC driven Idris. If you guys try to steal it, you would know that it has no interior. It's all like just like glitchy, and like you can only see the people that are in the bridge, and you can like kill them there and just take the bridge. But the bridge is also like really not like designed fully, and it's just an empty shell. So how can I recommend any of the concept ships ever to anyone? I wouldn't do it. I'm gonna buy some for myself, and I'm buying some for myself for the channel, so I can show them to you guys once we get those. But I'm not gonna do like those kinds of reviews, and I'm not gonna say that those kinds of reviews are bad per se, because like, yeah, they do induce a fear of missing out, and that's really not that good. Although, like, I must say that once I wanted to like I was thinking about getting the Odyssey. I watched a few YouTube videos on them, and like they showed me basically what I could see on the website. So it's not like it's just listening to a video instead of searching for myself and reading for myself, which is like okay, and that's it. But like we really don't know more than that. We don't know a bunch of stuff for a bunch of ships. Like we have a Kraken. Does the Kraken have a medbay? Do we know that? Does the Javelin have a medbay? Is it a tier 1 or a tier 2? How can we know that? Does it have torpedoes? Like, does the Kraken or the Javelin have torpedoes? Maybe. We don't know. Which torpedoes? What, like, because those ships are still concept ships and we can't really know that because CAG doesn't really know that yet. And at some point they will know, but they will not tell us until they release it, and then the fear of missing out is gonna kick in at like 100%, and a bunch of people are gonna buy those ships, which is okay. If the ships are there, if they're existing, if they're working, if the game loop for them is done, and like you can actually do something with those, okay, great. But if it's a Reliant Mako, or however you pronounce that, and like it's a reporter ship under quotations because like it's a news van basically, why would you get that ship like right now? And why would you get that ship before it got released? Okay, somebody is gonna be in the comment section and they're gonna say, yeah, but I want to support the game. Yeah, you can support the game by buying in-game ships. You can support the game. I mean, you do what you want to, but I'm not gonna do those kinds of videos because at some point somebody's gonna be really pissed off and gonna hate me because I said that the Odyssey is the character killer, which is basically what CAG said for the Odyssey, even though it shouldn't be a character killer because like the Carrack is modular and it should be able to do everything that the Odyssey does and even more. So I don't know. I have no idea. Like, should you buy it or not? Who am I to say that? Like, you are responsible for your own money. You go and research it, but I'm not gonna be a part of it because at some point in the end, people are gonna get pissed off because I told them to buy something, or I like incentivize them to buy something that it's not out yet, that doesn't have a game loop for it, or that is just plain broken. Now, I know that somebody is gonna be down in the comments and be like, yeah, but like, should you even buy ships for the game? And like, here's the response. You do you. You buy them or you don't buy them, and that's the thing. Like, why do you need my approval or disapproval? Like, if you want to support a project and you want to buy ships, okay, but you need to know that you're supporting another project that is called Squadron 42, and most of the money is going into that project. And then we get like the breadcrumbs that like are left after the devs are done making that fucking a project, that great game that we're all gonna love, but we didn't pledge for or didn't buy it because like we want to play Star Citizen. We're getting ships for Star Citizen, but that money goes into Squadron 42. Also, there's one more thing that you need to understand is that like those ships are overpriced. If you go to another game like DCS, which is a complete game, which has modules that you buy, which are basically maps, planes, and all of that, it looks amazing. Maps are fucking huge, they're gigantic, and all of the planes are true to life, and you can interact with all of the buttons and the MFDs like you're in a real plane, and those planes cost like $50. And these ships cost 1,000, 1,500, 3,000, etc., etc. Like, small fighters in this game cost from like $75 to, I don't know, $150. Why? Or maybe even more if you count the even dual ships or whatever. Like, why is that? What is the point of the ships being so expensive? Oh, well, because it's like original design, it's art, etc., etc. No, dude, like if you buy the original, like I'm an artist and I'm doing music since I was 17 professionally. And if you have just one thing, and you can ask a painter about this, if you have one thing and like one painting, one recording of a song, and that recording or painting, whatever, sculpture, costs some money to make, and if you are the only owner of that painting, recording, sculpture, you should pay a lot. But if they are copied and copied and copied, and there's a bunch of copies of those, you don't need to pay that much, because everybody has those, because it's not like an exclusive thing. And these ships that we're flying are strings of code and 3D models, and like paints that you can apply. But they said that we're gonna have like hex codes, but yeah, they're gonna ban you on Spectrum if you ask about them. And yeah, but you need to understand that those ships are overpriced, and like they are overpriced because that pricing is from 2012 and they just kept it, and they don't want to deflate the prices because people will get angry, because people have paid a lot for a bunch of ships, and like as a business model it obviously fucking works. So should you buy ships? Yes, if you want to. No, if you don't want to. But you need to know those things. And yeah, that is it for today, guys. Like I have nothing else to say on this topic except like just think about it and think if you should or shouldn't buy ships for this game, and invest that kind of money that's gonna be just trapped there, and like you're just gonna basically you paid it and you lost the money, and then you have a ship that you're gonna fly maybe at some point, or maybe you're gonna die before that ship gets released, because I know of people that have died waiting for their javelin. So yeah. On that note, thank you for watching, and thank you to all my patrons that are supporting the channel. If you want to support the channel instead of buying ships, or if you want to do both, great. You can support the channel by clicking, as I've said, on the info section of the video, and there's a Patreon link there, and you can support me there. So yeah, thank you again, and don't forget to bring the tower when you're traveling through space, and I love you, and mwah.